What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another video. So guys, today we are doing a quick guide for the brute force file. So this is one of the new robberies that are part of the garment factory business. This week this is the priority file, which means it pays double, and also it means that you can only play it once this week. So 3 setup missions for this one. We'll go over them really quickly. Normally you shouldn't have any trouble with the setup missions. In the first one, you have to get some armor from the Merryweather lockup. Now, when you get there, you will notice that both gates are locked, so they don't open them. At least when I was there, they didn't open them. If you can drive in, that's also good, of course. But if they also don't open for you, you can just use your car, get on your car, and then jump over these walls. I'm pretty sure there's also another method to get in, but this was just the most obvious for me and also pretty simple. Now, when you're inside, you don't have to worry about cops seeing you or anything. Over here, I went to the left. I recommend that you guys go to the right because that's actually where you have to be. But so I went through the lockup or through this center, whatever it is. But you have to get in the back right. Over there, you will have Merryweather people. You have to kill them and then you can get inside. You can also follow the route that I'm following. But like I said, where I jumped over the wall, if you go to the right over there, you'll also be there faster. When you get here, you can just start killing these guys. You don't have to worry about anything getting destroyed. You can also not do this in stealth. So just go crazy. Just make sure you don't kill yourself. This is, by the way, in free mode. All of these missions are in free mode, so you don't have any lives that you have to worry about. You can die as much as you want, especially during these setup missions. When you're inside, kill everyone. Then you will have to search the cars for the armor. Over here, it was the first one that I looked in. After you find the armor, 2 more guys, 2 more NPCs will come, also kill them. Then you have to get in the car, bring it back to your garment factory, and that's pretty much the first setup. So pretty simple, nothing really strange, except for getting in the Merryweather lockup could maybe be a little bit of a struggle. In the second mission, we have to get equipment. I think this is just getting a car, so a vehicle, so that we can get in the military base unnoticed. So you have to go to a military lockup, you have to take out the NCO. The NCO will be carrying a military pass. You can use this to get inside of the hangar over here. And then over there you have to choose a vehicle that you want to use. I recommend that you guys choose a fast vehicle because the only thing that you're going to use this for is just to get from the garment factory to the military base. And for the rest you don't need it. So you want to do this as fast as possible, of course. In the last setup mission, we're going to get a override key, which we're going to use to override the Scarab when we are stealing it. If you start the setup mission, it doesn't start like a regular mission. It just gives you a waypoint to the music locker. And then when you get to the music locker, Jody will send a picture of the guy that you're supposed to meet with. This guy will give you the key. And that's it. Then you have to return the key to the garment factory. And that's the last mission. So like I said, the setup missions are pretty simple. Now, the guy, his location, I think it's always different, but you can try this location over here. So on the second floor in the back, there is this red door, which will lead you to the restrooms, basically. And then in the men's room, I think it's called, you will find the guy. So it could be that it's here. It could also be that it's not here. But basically, you have to look at the picture. In my case, he was wearing a cap, so look for everyone with a cap. And also, when you're standing next to him, you will have an option to press right on D-pad to take the key from him. So this will tell you that it's the correct guy. He won't get marked with like a arrow or something like this when you get close to him, so that's kind of annoying, of course. Then in the final, like I said, first step is just using the vehicle that we stole in the second setup mission and going to the military base. For the rest, you don't need this vehicle. So like I said, pick a fast one. Don't pick one of the trucks, or else you will just make the mission much longer. When you get there, of course, don't pull out your guns, don't shoot at anyone. You're basically undercover, so try to stay in stealth as long as possible. Go to the guards, show the pass that you stole in the second setup mission. So that's also, of course, in the second setup mission, it's not only the vehicle, but also this pass. Then he opens the gate, go to the elevator, use the pass again, and then you will go down to basically a storage area where you have a lot of military vehicles. When you get down, you have to find the loading bay. Now the loading bay is just all the way in the back. So it's not that you have to look through the military vehicles and try to find the Scarab. It's not in here, you just have to go all the way to the back. In this part you can actually do it in stealth, and I also recommend that you guys do it in stealth, because if you get noticed, then it's pretty difficult to get to the back. So this is much easier. Now the guards or the NPCs are almost always, I think, in the same location, so you can follow the same path as I am following. But it's pretty simple. You can also follow a different path, but it's pretty simple. You just have to stay outside of the cones of vision of the guards, and that's it. Don't run. Don't try to kill anyone. If you kill them, even if you do it with a suppressor or even if you knock them down, the alarm will go off. So just walk through the blue cones of vision, and that's pretty much all you have to do. You don't even have to look on your screen. If you just look on your map, you can go through this part. So when you are in the third area, you will see that on the left side in the back there is a tunnel. You have to go through this tunnel. You can also just look on your map. Over here there's also a garage door. I tried it. I thought maybe it was also something, but it's just closed. So in the left, like I said, there is a tunnel. There is a guard which is walking back and forward in this tunnel, so be careful. It could be that when you enter it, he's already there. If you are at the entrance of the tunnel, he won't see you, but just be careful for him. Then on the left over here, there's also a room with a minigun. If you don't have a minigun, pick this up, because later on there's going to be a juggernaut. I killed him with the RPG, but if you also don't have a RPG, I really recommend that you take the juggernaut. So just wait for the guard to come and then go back when he's going back. So just follow him until this point. You can hide behind this wall over here. Make sure that you're squeezed good in the corner. Then when he walks back, you can just continue to follow the tunnel. Now until this part, you can do it stealth. In the next room or in the next area, there is a guard which is standing next to the entrance. He's looking at the entrance over here on the left. He doesn't move. I tried to wait for 2 minutes, but there is no way that you can get him to move. So after this part, after this point, you have to get noticed. The alarm will go off and you cannot do it in stealth anymore. I think there is 3 more guards and then 1 juggernaut that you have to kill over here. For the juggernaut, like I said, if you don't have a RPG, use the minigun. If you don't have the minigun, you have to pick it up before where I showed you guys. With the RPG, it's pretty simple. I think it's like 5 hits, something like this. In principle, if you die in this mission, it's also no issue after this point, especially because the alarm already went off. You don't have a certain amount of lives. You can die as much as you want. It's also not a challenge for this mission. So just like with the salvage yard robberies, you have 3 challenges. If you complete them, you get 50k. But it's not a challenge to not die in this mission, so it's actually not an issue if you die. You also spawn back in the tunnel, so you don't have to go through the other parts again. When you kill the juggernaut, if you go to the gate, you will have to do a hack. You have to arrange the letters in the right order. Each letter that you pick right will stay. But a good tip that you guys can use is just that it will spell a word. So over here it was corpse. Another word that I saw was major. So if you see a word in the letters, especially if it's military related or something to do with war, something like this, then when you're inside, get in the Scarab, you will have to override it. Now normally if you did it the same way as I did, so you did it stealth as long as you could, no one will attack you over here. You can see on the map, you can just continue. So there is a tunnel which will lead you outside. A couple of NPCs will also attack you in this tunnel, but normally with the Scarab this won't be an issue. When you're outside, after a while you will also get a wanted level. You will get the waypoint for the buyer at the beginning. When you get the wanted level, this will disappear just like in many other missions. But if the waypoint disappears, just keep on driving up north. Another thing that you can do is also, before you lose the waypoint, place a marker or a purple waypoint on the map. And this way, if you have a wanted level, you can still see it. Then when you get close, if you still haven't lost the cops, I think the best way is just to go off-road, go on the beach. This way I lost the cops pretty fast. Then you have to take the Scarab to the buyer, and that's the end of the mission. Like I said, there are 3 challenges that you have to complete, just like with the salvage yard. Reach the base in 5 minutes, which is pretty easy if you have a fast vehicle. Enter Area A undetected, and then destroy 5 vehicles with the Scarab. I didn't do the last 2 because I think Area A is just where the guy is standing next to the entrance, and I think he saw me just before I entered. So that could be the reason why I didn't get that one. And also I just simply didn't destroy 5 vehicles with the Scarab, but this is also a pretty easy one. So guys, that was it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful. Make sure to like, subscribe, check out the Discord in the description, and peace out, you guys.